When you hear the name Steve Dulcich, you probably picture the man elbows deep in a Mopar engine, the host of Roadkill Garage, and the guy who can make even the most hopeless rust bucket roar back to life. For years, Steve's been the face of high-octane DIY automotive restoration, a pillar of gearhead culture. But in recent years, another Dulcich name has started circulating among fans: Emily Dulcich, Steve's daughter. For a long time, Emily was a background figure in Steve's life, occasionally mentioned or shown in snippets on his social media posts. A photo here, a small shout-out there, nothing to suggest she'd soon be stepping into the limelight. But all of that changed when she began appearing in videos and updates on a very special project. A project that not only showcased her growing skills, but also sparked questions. Could Emily be the one to carry on Steve Dulcich's legacy? How Emily entered the spotlight. The turning point came when Steve began sharing the progress of a car that wasn't just another restoration for the show, but a personal build for Emily herself, a 1967 Dodge Dart convertible. This wasn't a quick flip or a simple mechanical freshening. It was a ground-up learning experience, giving Emily hands-on involvement in the kind of work her father has spent decades perfecting. Before this, Emily's career path was largely independent from the automotive world. She had built a resume across creative media, fashion, and film production. But when she stepped into the shop to work side by side with Steve, fans suddenly had a whole new reason to pay attention. And Steve didn't hide his pride. He documented her progress, shared updates on social media, and before long, Emily's Dart became a recognizable topic among Dulcich followers. Inside Emily's Dart project. So, what exactly is Emily's project about? At its core, the Dart build is a mix of fatherly mentorship and personal challenge. The car is a factory '67 Dodge Dart convertible, a classic with both sentimental and practical value. Emily's involvement has been more than symbolic. She's rolled up her sleeves and learned the trade. The project began with the usual teardown, pulling apart the front end, removing the old worn components, and getting the car down to a workable starting point. From there, metalwork took center stage. Steve shared updates of Emily practicing welds and even welding in new inner fenders, a rite of passage for anyone serious about restoration. This wasn't just about standing next to the car for photos, she was actually putting in the work. On the mechanical side, they decided on a Mopar 340 engine, a stout small block with a legendary reputation. Videos and posts show the stages of assembly, from the bare short block to a fully dressed engine ready to drop in. Emily got a crash course in engine building, learning the patience and precision it takes to get everything right. Then came the prep for paint. Hours of sanding, smoothing, and surface prep culminated in a color decision, a deep, factory-correct dark red poly. Seeing the test panel sprayed gave fans a glimpse of the Dart's future glory. As of the latest updates, the project continues to move forward, with the end goal being a road-ready, personal cruiser that Emily can truly call her own. Will she carry Steve's legacy? And that's where the big question comes in. Will Emily be the one to carry the Dulcich automotive legacy forward? On one hand, she's clearly building skills and gaining first-hand experience under one of the most respected figures in the Mopar world. She's learned welding, engine assembly, restoration prep, and, equally important, how to tell the story of a project to an audience. On the other hand, Emily's career has been incredibly diverse, and cars have only been a recent addition to her professional life. Before turning a wrench with Steve, she was building a portfolio in costume design, fashion retail, and digital media. Whether she stays in the automotive lane or blends it with her creative background is still up in the air. That said, the Dart project has already shown she has the dedication, patience, and hands-on willingness that the craft requires. If she decides to continue down this road, she has the advantage of both mentorship and audience interest, two rare assets that could make her a strong figure in the next generation of automotive personalities. Emily's career before the garage. To really understand Emily, you have to look at the career she built before stepping into her dad's shop. She's a multidisciplinary media creative, with experience spanning film, TV, digital content, fashion, and even entrepreneurship. Her LinkedIn profile tells a story of adaptability and ambition. She's worked on major productions like Spartacus for Starz, Sweet Tooth for Netflix, and Chief of War for Apple TV+, often in the costume department handling wardrobe for hundreds of cast members. She's assisted in editorial fashion shoots, worked on location in New Zealand's film industry, and built her own sustainable fashion brand, from Emily Dulcich, which sold handmade apparel from recycled fabrics to promote ethical shopping. In retail, she spent over a year with the sustainable fashion brand Maggie Marilyn, offering personal styling and building long-term client relationships. In media, she's managed YouTube content strategy, audience analytics, and digital marketing, skills that now fit perfectly into the online automotive world. And that variety is important. It means Emily approaches the Dark project not just as a gearhead in training, but as someone who understands storytelling, visual presentation, and audience engagement. Her accent and family roots. One of the first things people notice about Emily is her accent, a distinct New Zealand lilt that surprises fans who assume she grew up entirely in the US. The reason is simple. Emily was born in New Zealand. Steve Dulcich spent time there earlier in life, and it's believed that's where he met Emily's mother. Growing up with New Zealand as part of her identity, Emily naturally carries the accent, and it adds an unexpected charm to her on-camera appearances. It's a subtle reminder that while Steve is firmly rooted in American car culture, his family story spans continents. Emily's upbringing in New Zealand gives her a unique blend of perspectives. The Kiwi sensibility combined with the American hot rod tradition her father represents. So, how old is Emily Dulcich? Fans have speculated about Emily's age for a while, especially since she's only recently started appearing regularly in automotive content. Based on public career details, we know she graduated university in 2021. Assuming she followed a typical academic path, she would have been around 21 to 23 years old at graduation. That would make her approximately 25 to 27 years old in 2025. Of course, Emily herself hasn't made her exact birth date public, which fits her generally private approach. She shares enough to connect with fans but keeps certain details, like her personal life and specific age, away from the spotlight. The road ahead, whether Emily becomes a permanent fixture in the automotive world or continues to blend her passions across different creative industries, one thing is certain, she's already left a mark. The Dark Project has introduced her to thousands of fans who might never have known her before. And for those who followed Steve Dulcich for years, seeing him pass on his skills to his daughter adds a personal, almost generational dimension to the content.